The Korean NA versus EU arc is in full effect, but now it seems like it has suddenly ended, at least for quite a few streamers such as Dantes, TFBlade, Cenarius, Alois, and a few others. This is all because of some drama regarding TFBlade and LS a few days earlier, which somehow managed to get multiple but innocent streamers banned. And the worst part of it all is that Riot refuses to unban the innocent streamers. Let's get straight into it. So the timeline of events, as I understand it, it starts with none other than TFBlade. But before that, if you live under a rock, we gotta give some context. Big streamers within Europe and North America have invaded Korea, if I can call it that, and there's basically a huge ladder of NA versus Europe. With that being said, if you have watched some news sources, basically what happened is that TFBlade and MLS, also known as Last Shadow 9, were involved in some drama. TFBlade being a high elo player, reaching rank 20 at some time during his run in Korea, and he was also previously ranked 3 in a previous Korean run. And then you have LS, which is sitting at Masters in Korea. So LS isn't actively taking a part in the race though, but both of them would play together in a game of League of Legends. Now, TFBlade already has some beef with LS, and this was his reaction once he knew that he was in a lobby with LS.
Oh, is my MMR this slow that I'm playing with a reject like fucking LS? How the fuck am I playing with this diamond fucking freak? Look at this fucking reject. He never picks anything. Duo queues to Masters every year. Why the fuck do I play with all these fingers?
Now, if you think that is an interesting reaction, LS would also respond quite harshly back to this, and he would even seemingly cook TFBlade alive.
How can anyone support you? You're a goblin! No one likes you, which is why every time your boot camp run ends, your viewership goes to nothing! You literally have no friends in the entire scene! Your entire friendship circle is the same circle for the last 6 years. It's people who know you IRL. It's people who are friends with you before you even blew up. You get body slammed by amateur players in North America. I play in scrims versus LCK players. We are not the same. You can go and have your solo queue adventures, and you're an excellent solo queue player. I think that you're a great solo queue player. Absolutely. We are not the same. You lose lane to amateurs in NA.
In addition to that, the incident would happen where basically TFBlade was mid lane, trading against the opponent, but he was overextending as the enemy jungle was taking Drake, and he would gank mid after taking the Drake, which resulted in TFBlade dying. Now, the majority of people would agree with LS is in the right, which is basically where TFBlade should not have fought and just backed off. And I mean, as a Grandmaster player myself, I would agree that TFBlade is in the wrong. I think that the flame got very personal between them two, so it's a bit rough to witness, but nevertheless, fast forward a few days, TFBlade would be toxic and flame a lot in solo queue. He would flame Korean streamers, YouTubers, and even pro players. I mean, hell, here's even Malice posting a clip of TFBlade being really obnoxious in solo queue, you know, following his jungler around. Little known to TFBlade, this would have tremendous consequences, and not only to him, but in fact to many people in this race like Dantes, Detention, Yamato, Cenarius, and Alois. In addition to this toxicity by TFBlade, Detention, which is an NA streamer, would also get into a game with a pro player, and the pro player himself would say that he would get Detention banned.
This pro player in my game said, "You are from NA, I'm making sure you get banned," is what he said to me, and he was 1 in 14! 1 in 14!
But wait, your account just got banned, right?
Literally,
we all got
he
banned.
said, in the game that I just played, he said, "I will make sure all NA players will be banned."
What the fuck? Dude!
And I went to the bathroom, come back, and I'm banned.
Originally speaking, TFBlade would get a 2-week ban for this toxic behavior though, but it wouldn't stop him from grinding in Korea, as he would log on to another account to avoid the ban. According to Dantes, during the, I guess you could call it the League of Legends Emergency Council, he would buy other accounts. Now, this is pretty frowned upon and maybe illegal when it comes to Korea, as buying accounts would amount to identity theft. This is because accounts in Korea are tied to someone's identity, and taking ownership could amount to identity theft. I'm not a lawyer obviously, so I assume this might be a gray area, but anyways, TFBlade would play on the bot account on stream, and what's likely is that Koreans who were hate watching, if I can use the word here, would report this on Korean forums, as now Riot would actually IP ban TFBlade because of the, you know, account hopping and as well as the toxic behavior. I mean, even if you look at the Korean forums, which I can link in the description, You can just witness how upset they are regarding TF Blade, and they are even looking down upon the Europe NA streamers as foreign kids, which I think is a bit funny to write. Going off on a bit of speculation here, and as well as watching what Dantes would say together with the other streamers, is that TF Blade, together with Dantes, Alois, Cenarius, and a few other streamers would be simultaneously banned or locked from their account. It's a bit of a clash of information, but long story short, they are unable to continue their run. And the reason why these other streamers were hit in the crossfire is that they're all in the same hotel, which makes them all have the same IP. Now that is fucking hilarious and sad at the same time.
What? That was stupid.
I mean, most of the streamers who have traveled there haven't earned money off this trip yet, except for Dantes. The trip is quite expensive, I can imagine, you know, to travel back and forth, hotel costs over like 30 days, and as well as buying PCs and, you know, other equipment. And seeing the run ending like this is pretty tough financial wise. In addition, the alt accounts of Dantes and other streamers who had that in Korea would also be locked, indicating that it is indeed an IP ban. TF Blade would also make a statement on this. 3 bans in one day must be a record. I can't control myself from not flaming, trolling bad players when in this zone, and I will not apologize regardless of it they are pro or well known. I care about winning. It is just absolutely absurd that Riot Korea manually bans every account associated with the same IP address as our hotel. That is not a Riot account. If I had known that they would do some stupid shit like that for the sake of others, I would just not go on a second or third account trying to play on the Korean server. 90% of the community flames each other and just moves on. It is a competitive game, and that means a lot of emotions when some people are playing to win. I admit I am toxic in game and deserve the ban, but so did so many others that just didn't get banned for toxicity, inting, and just overall trolling, like Malice, who has been performing with no effort for past few years but untouched. Only thing that is unfair is to put the blame on me for Riot Korea being stupid and banning other streamers because I got banned. That is their decision and not mine.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Now it seems like TF Blade is on his high horse here, but he's making a point that it is unfair to put the blame on him, but nevertheless, that is why Riot Korea did what they did, but Riot Korea did it in a wrong way, to say like that. So, you know, TF Blade does deserve to get banned, so to speak, but, you know, all the other streamers that got caught in Crossfire doesn't deserve to get banned, and the fact that Riot Korea is still steadfast in that decision is extremely unfair. A lot of people would not like this reply, especially in the quote retweets, where you have other content creators, you know, hitting some jabs at TF Blade, saying that his take is quite bad, and so is his apology, I guess. I'll leave it to you to make your own opinion about that. Now, Dantes would talk to LS as he has a lot of contacts in Korea, and what would be concluded is that Riot Korea would not reverse the locks or the bans of the accounts, which is insanely unfair. I mean, these guys did nothing wrong.
I'm innocent. Come on, man, I'm innocent.
Playing well in their games, behaving, and, you know, not being toxic, all because of TF Blade, they were hit in the crossfire. So what's the good news regarding this? Well, LS would also help them get shiny super server accounts if that's what they wanted to do. So there's a good chance the trip might be saved, but as it stands, the whole EU versus NA run in Korea is crumbling. And in addition to this, what's crazy is that according to LS, TF Blade might be facing criminal charges, as in Korea, targeted online verbal harassment is illegal, and he was doing it against Korean pros. There was this famous case of Faker and T1 suing certain people due to excessive harassment against Faker. Anyways, the netizens of the Korean forums were at least advocating or suggesting that this might happen according to LS. It seems like a far bit of stretch, but you know, anything can happen in Korea, I guess. LS's manager Quest revealed some interesting information relevant to this. There are a couple of ways for your Korean account to get banned, apart from toxicity, you know, griefing and usage of third-party programs and stuff like that. First way is that you have to stop typing, especially if you're using a Riot account. While you probably won't get permabanned for the first offense, it will most likely lead to other punishments. 2. Most relevant to streamers and bootcampers, if you're not using a Riot account, then there's absolutely no way you can legally make an account in Korea. In most cases, they'll be buying accounts to grind. Usage of an account under someone else's name falls under identity theft laws. If you're lucky, then you don't get flagged by Riot, but if you do, then you'll get permanently banned. And the last piece of information, sometimes those in charge of Riot will wrongfully disable your account, as all those who registered to get a Riot account usually tells Riot Games how long they'll be using it, and sometimes people who are in Korea stay in Korea for a lot longer. This is a bit of worrying information, especially the second point, but as far as I'm concerned, Ellis is providing these accounts to the streamers and he has pretty good contacts over there, so perhaps it's fine for them, with the exception of Thiefblade, which is allegedly buying other accounts to avoid his ban. But all in all, this is definitely the most insane drama and turn of events I've heard about on the Korean side of things. Some streamers will probably continue their run, like Midbase, who didn't get affected by this, at least so far, and as for Dantes and the gang, it's very likely that they'll be moving towards the Chinese super server. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment because I actually read those, and if you didn't like the video, I thank you for watching.